Hello and welcome to Facebook Contests, how to run a successful Facebook contest that goes viral and makes you stand out in the crowd. Now, I've been running successful Facebook competitions for over 2 years. In fact, I've developed my own contest app and training because I love contests. You see, I enter as many as I can, and I do that because it gives me the opportunity to see what other people are doing. Before you run a successful Facebook competition, it's really important that you sit down and you work out exactly what you're doing with your contest. And I'm going to tell you more about that in a second. But by planning, you will have a really good strategy to move forward with it. So when I say planning, you need to work out, first of all, your goal. Why are you actually doing a Facebook competition? Just sticking it up on your Facebook page for the sake of doing one is not going to make it work. It's not necessarily going to be successful. I mean, you could, but more times than not, people come back to me and go, I ran a Facebook contest and it failed. That is because they didn't do any planning, nor did they know why they're actually holding that competition. So sit down and work out a goal. Is it to bring in new customers? Is it to grow your social proof? Is it to create a database? Why are you doing that? Once you know why you're holding your Facebook competition, then it's going to help with the additional steps that you need to do. Now, number two, in running a successful competition, you really do need to know the guidelines. Whether you like it or not, Facebook do have promotional guidelines that you need to follow. There's not many of them, and in fact, I'm going to do a video tomorrow to go through and talk about those guidelines just to tell you what you can and can't do. In addition to having the promotional guidelines on Facebook, we are governed by guidelines as well. So in Australia, each particular state has their own set of guidelines, and competitions come under gambling, so you do need to make sure that your contest or competition is going to meet your local guidelines. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they'll put them out there, but if something goes wrong, it's you and your business that is actually at stake. Number three is planning. By having a plan, you're going to know what you're doing. Now, when I say planning, is don't decide that I'm going to put a competition up today and go for it. I like to have at least a week, if not 2 weeks, leading up into my competition. And over that period of time, I actually go through and I start to warm up my social media channels, my Facebook page. I talk to them. I ask them questions like, what would you like to win? You know, what about this, what about that? All those sort of things, it starts to get people excited. And I can tell you that the first 2 days in your competition, you're going to get the most amount of traction in that very first week, because people will be hanging out waiting for that actual competition. So the more planning you do, the more you're letting people know, you're writing out to your list, you're getting strategic partners involved. Now, for instance, I like to look at other people who are going to help me promote what I do for them. Usually they'll come back and do for me, etc. So look at who is going to help you in that early planning stage to make the contest a huge success. Step number four in having a successful contest is the prize. Now, I know a lot of people go through and they go, I'm going to give away an iPad. What I don't like about that is that actually giving away an iPad is not going to attract the right type of people to your page. That is, unless of course you're, say, a digital company or you sell iPads or etc. I would rather you go through and offer a prize that is relevant to you and or your business, because the people who then enter or are attracted to this contest, you're going to have them later on as business partners, because you can go through and sell to them your products and services. So prize is absolutely huge. Quite often people go, oh, hang on a second, Donna, I'm an accountant, or there's sort of some business that they feel that prize is going to be boring to. Well, okay, if you're an accounting firm, maybe you might give away, not that I particularly like this concept, a little laptop, but you would put the software on there that would be relevant to an accounting practice. So always be thinking, how can I tie up a prize that is relevant to what I'm doing? And number five is huge: promote, promote, promote. Advertise, 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 talk, talk, talk. So often I see people put competitions up or contests up and they go, all right, it's on my page, and they never say another word. Generally that is because they're scared about what they're doing. Part of that planning would be, how am I going to get it seen out there? How am I going to attract people in there? So when I say promote, make sure your Facebook ads, you don't need to spend huge amounts of money, but do ads right out to your list. Those strategic partners I was talking about before, get them on board. See if they'll do a shout out, do a video, do a hangout. There's just so many different ways that you can promote your contest, but you need to be doing it every single day. Don't hammer your Facebook page by going, have you entered, have you entered, have you entered? Be fun about it. For instance, put a post up saying, something quirky, and then PS, have you entered into our contest? You might hire a VA to go through and share about it on other pages, but once again, don't spam. Talk to people about the things that you're interested in or your business, and then put a little PS on the end. You will be surprised the amount of people that will come back and enter your contest if you're strategically sharing it out there. Now, so often I get spammers write to me all day, every day, because my business is competitions and contests, and they say, oh, you would like to partner with us. I don't know these people, so why would I want to? So part of the lead up and the build up to promoting your contest and making sure that it does go viral is aligning yourself with those other businesses. Get to know them, call them, talk to them, let them know what you're doing, and you're then going to go through and have a successful Facebook competition. So I hope you like this quick strategy session today. Tomorrow I'm going to come back on day 2 and we're going to go through the Facebook competition guidelines and tell you how to make sure that your competition meets those. So have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon in Facebook.